Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch.
Lollapalooza.
And Outsidelands.
Hey, y'all, hey. Welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
Hello, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura, and we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movies, sports, concerts, and even the biggest music festivals in the country.
World. Biggest in the world.
World, asterisk. And today we're watching Lollapalooza.
Woo! And Outsidelands. That's right. Double trouble. 2 festivals in 1 episode.
Yes, and before we get into our review of these festivals, please make sure you're giving Sisters Who Watch 5 stars. 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe, leave us a review, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Sisters Who Watch. All right, thank you for your support. Okay, Shelby, can you give us some of the background of Lollapalooza and Outsidelands?
Yes, of course. These are 2 of the biggest festivals, not just in the US, but in the world. Lollapalooza is a 4-day music festival in Chicago and Illinois, held in Grant Park, and it apparently started in 1991. So this is one of those OG festivals. It's been on and off over the years, but I've heard about it, and I know that there have been spin-offs of it, including in South America, which you've been to.
That is true. I went to Lollapalooza in Buenos Aires, Argentina. That was last year. That's so crazy. It was like March of 2024, I believe.
Queen.
Yes.
And then Outsidelands is a 3-day festival held in San Francisco, California, in particular in Golden Gate Park. So it's like a very kind of woodsy outdoor festival. We'll dive into what the experience was. So definitely not your typical festival experience compared to Coachella. And it's been around for 17 years. So newer than Lollapalooza, but still been around for a bit. And I had heard of both, so I was very excited to finally make my way to Outsidelands this year.
Yes. So Shelby and I, we went to Coachella actually earlier this year. And we reviewed it on the podcast. So make sure you listen to that episode. And we talked about some of our music festival experiences. That was Shelby's first. I have been, I went I guess more than the average person, but I feel like San Francisco is a place where I know so many people have been to like everything. So yeah, I really love music festivals. We both love live music, and it's just such a great way to see so many talented people. So I really enjoy festivals. And the opportunity presented itself for me to go to Lollapalooza because some of my friends from college, they invited me. Shout out to Alexis. She was like, hey, I want to do something for my birthday. I'm moving to Chicago. Like, there's a lot to celebrate, and I want to invite my friends to Lollapalooza. So I thought, oh, that sounds like a great idea. I've never been to Chicago before. So it was also a great opportunity to like visit friends. I have a lot of friends who are now living in Chicago. So it just worked out perfectly. See a festival, see friends, and be in a new city. Yeah. Shelby, have you been to Chicago?
I have not. It's so embarrassing. I know. What? I've never been to Chicago.
Little Mississippi.
All, Laura, don't be so shocked since this was your first time being in Chicago, okay?
You know, you're just so worldly. You're just so well traveled.
Here we go. I was actually supposed to go to Chicago in summer of 2020 to visit a friend. And then, pandemic happened. So those plans were canceled, of course. But I eventually do need to make my way. I was actually supposed to go again this year for a podcast conference in March.
We were talking about that, yeah.
But then I got a new job, so I was not able to go. So every time I'm supposed to go to Chicago, this has not happened. But I will make it there eventually.
Yes.
I've heard good things.
Yes. I've also heard the best things about Chicago. I feel like people who have been there, who are from there,
they rep it hard.
So passionate about that city.
Chicagoans are passionate.
Yes. So when I heard about going, I've been wanting to go, but I knew I had to go over the summer because everyone says the winters are horrible. Don't go during the winter. No. Everyone is like, oh, summer in Chicago. Like when I told San Francisco people, oh, I'm going to Chicago for a week, they're like, oh my gosh, San Francisco, Chicago in the summer. Like everyone was just could not stop being like, oh, I just love Chicago in the summer. So I think my expectations were very high for Chicago because people love that city, especially in the summer. But I was very excited to go. And I mean, the expectations were met. It is a very gorgeous city. It really is. There's just buildings, there's skyscrapers everywhere, right? It's not just one kind of downtown. Like, it's very vast. So the skyline is so beautiful. And the river goes throughout the city. And I did the architecture boat river cruise, which was recommended to me by my friend. And it was just absolutely stunning. So highly recommend Chicago. And the food is a great food scene. I mean, the bear, shout out Carmi, the original beef in Chicago.
Did you have a beef sandwich, Laura?
I did. I had
from the original beef?
Well, Miss Original Beef does not exist, unfortunately. But I did have several beefs. Oh my gosh, like I ate so much in Chicago.
I heard food in Chicago's good.
It is, yes. I concur. It is very good. It's known for the beef sandwiches. I'd never heard of them until watching The Bear. I'm like, what's a beef sandwich? But they are they're everywhere in Chicago. So I had several. Of course, the deep dish pizza. I had a lot of deep dish pizza. I had Lou Malnati's. I had
what's that?
Pequods. These are like all the
Chicago, a different language.
Chicago fans, for all sisters who watch fans from Chicago, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those are famous pizza places. Yes, for the beefs, I went to Al's #1. I went to what's the famous Portillo's? Portillo's is a famous hot dog and beef spot.
I went of there. Portillo's.
Yes.
Or maybe on The Bachelor. Was it the Golden Bachelor? They had a date there. Like they took someone to Portillo's. I don't know.
Probably.
I feel like I've heard of it.
Yes. So I had heard of Portillo's too. So I went there. I had a Chicago dog. Shelby, you would like a Chicago dog. It was good.
I love hot dogs. So.
I think I was expecting a lot from the Chicago dog because Chicagoans are very passionate about the Chicago dog. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it added particularly much to the hot dog. But yeah, I thought the beefs were my favorite thing I had in Chicago. The beef sandwich from Al's #1 was fantastic. Like that was probably the best thing I had.
Wow.
But yeah, the food in Chicago, 10 out of 10. I did really enjoy it. Very heavy and very rich. I'm like, I don't know how you people like don't gain so much weight eating pizza and beefs all the time. But yeah, so Chicago as a city, loved it. The summer was great. The weather was great. It was the first day I was there. It was in the 90s, but for the rest of the time it was like in the 70s, 80s. So it wasn't too bad. And I also was a little intimidated by the 4 days. Shelby, how did you feel after doing 3 days of Coachella?
I was exhausted and I got sick because we literally we had to leave super early after the last night after like 3 hours of sleep, drive back to LA because I had to catch a flight for a work trip. So part of that was so on crazy. Me. But I literally got sick. Like a festival is a lot. It's exhausting. You're exerting a lot of energy because you're screaming and dancing and walking and you're on your feet a lot. You know, you're not getting sleep.
No.
And I wasn't even drinking. You know, imagine the people doing all of those activities.
All the substances. Yeah, I agree. I think I was really scared about doing 4 days of Lollapalooza because I was just so tired after 3 days of Coachella, right? Like that took me out. I was out. So I think going into 4 days, I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do 4 days? But I think the difference after 4 days of Lollapalooza, I felt pretty good, honestly. Obviously, I was tired, but I feel like after Coachella, I felt like a corpse. Like I was not okay. But I think with Lollapalooza, it ends at 10 p.m. every day.
That's not bad.
Which isn't bad at all.
No.
Whereas Lady Gaga didn't start until 11 p.m.
The Coachella times are so late. That's part of it. Like you literally don't get to sleep until like after 2-3 a.m.
Right. That's like because you don't leave the venue. Like Lady Gaga doesn't finish until like 12:30. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like now I have to wait in the shuttle line and it takes 30 minutes to get home and now it's 3 a.m. But so with Lollapalooza, we got home by like 11:30, 12 every night. So I was sleeping at very reasonable times.
That's good.
So I thought that was great. And also the weather wasn't nearly as hot. Coachella was so hot. It was
apparently like the hottest Coachella.
Yes. It was like 97, 8, 9 degrees.
You could have passed out. It was tough. Like if you weren't hydrating.
I know.
I remember that first day I had on like a tight kind of bodysuit, and I was like, was this smart? All my heat staying in. Like, it was scary.
Yeah, so I think Lollapalooza weather was a much more manageable. I've heard in years past that when it was really, really hot and it was a lot harder to manage. And something I also heard about Lollapalooza before going in was that it's a lot of young people, like teens.
For the youth.
Yes, that's what I heard. People are like, yeah, there's a lot of drunk high schoolers. So I was like, interesting. And I mean, I guess that was the case. What I mostly noticed was small children, like kids, like actual kids were there.
Children should not be at music festivals.
Right? And remember at Coachella, we saw like a whole family at Megan Thee Stallion, and I was like, would you take like your 7-year-old to see Megan?
No. At Doechii at Outsidelands, like there was literally like I remember like a little girl with her mom, and they had to leave early. I was like, yeah, because this does not seem like this is good for your child.
I know. I don't think I would take my small child to see Doechii.
It's surrounded by people who are like smoking and yelling and like.
I know. Yeah, it's a lot. So there were a lot of small children there, and I think that had to do with also the lineup. A lot of people were saying the lineup for Lolla was very
it was for the young girlies.
It was very girl because Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter were two of the main headliners. Gracie Abrams was also on performing as well. So I think with Gracie Abrams, Sabrina, and Olivia Rodrigo, like very young, right? It gives young
the girls.
Right. And I feel like they're kind of for teens, they're kind of past. Of course, there are people in their 20s who like them, but I think they're for like young girls, So, yes. So I definitely noticed a lot of kids, especially like at Olivia Rodrigo, like the amount of like small girls like on parents are like on top of their
Taylor
parents.
Swift vibes.
Right. So that is what stuck out to me.
Interesting.
But yeah, the people I would say maybe most excited for, there weren't any people I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm obsessed with them. But T-Pain was there, so I was sad to see T-Pain.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure it was like such a vibe. T-Pain has so many hits, and I feel like it's like karaoke, like people are just singing.
I know. Sorry to bring up our trauma, but we were supposed to see T-Pain at Coachella, but we got stuck in such bad traffic that we missed him.
Well, moving on. Okay, Laura. So you didn't have the highest expectations or like artists you're super excited to see necessarily, but what were your favorite performances?
Yes. So yeah, I was kind of just following, what my friends wanted to see, right? I knew the people who I was like, I really want to see: T-Pain and Doechii, right? Doechii was also performing. And even though I knew I was going to Outsidelands with Shelby literally the following weekend, I still wanted to see Doechii because, I like some of her songs. But yes, I would say that the people who really stood out to me, I would say my favorite performance was probably Sabrina Carpenter. Which definitely surprised me. Yeah. I think out of all the headliners, right, the top people, I would say going in, like I know more Sabrina Carpenter songs than Olivia Rodrigo.
Espresso. Oh.
That's that me, Espresso. We're not doing the song justice.
No.
But yeah, I knew more Sabrina songs than other people. Please. Yes. Rest in peace, Barry Keoghan. And right, Tyler the Creator was also a headliner. Oh. I know like 2.5 Tyler the Creator songs.
Couldn't name one.
So I know people love him. They're like, oh, I love Tyler. And it's like, he's just not my vibe. But there are a couple songs of his that I'm like, yeah, like these are, he has a song with Glorilla called Sticky, Shelby. You gotta listen to that. You gotta listen to that. That's a good song. But yeah, so I know Sticky and See You Again. And
See
those
You
are
Again, like the one from the Fast and Furious movie?
No. Different song. So yeah, those are the 2 Tyler the Creator songs that I know and I like. So we saw like half a set and then we left.
Yeah.
But Olivia Rodrigo, right, was also performing, and my friend loves Olivia Rodrigo, so we were there and we tried to get as close as we could. And she was really fun. Like she's right. Olivia Rodrigo is for the girls. She has a lot of energy. She sang
Yes.
Driver's License. Do you know that song?
I've heard it in malls, like stores.
Yeah.
I've heard it on the radio, but I could not tell you how it goes. Does she sing the Bloodsucker song? Vampire Bloodsucker. I'm not doing. I literally, again, I have never listened to Olivia Rodrigo on my own. It's only if I've been out and about and hear it.
Yes, I feel like her music is played a lot just in public,
Yes.
and I feel like that's how I knew about all of her songs. Because right, I didn't listen to any of her songs on my own until like the summer when I was listening and preparing. But yeah, I feel like if you just hang around women, you know,
you'll
in
hear
your 20s, right, and you are out and about, like you will hear her music. So I feel like I knew a lot of her songs because my friends like her. So, but yeah, Olivia Rodrigo was a lot of fun. She's a great performer, right? She's kind of Paramore vibe. She's like rock and fun. She's like anti-boy and like woo, you know. So it was a very cute. Yes, that kind of vibe.
That kind of early mid 2000s rocker.
Yes, her sound is very nostalgic. So yeah, I would say Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, and Sabrina Carpenter brought out Earth, Wind, and Fire. That was awesome. That was so
Shop
cool.
collab of the year.
I would have lost millions if I ever bet on that. I'm like, Earth, Wind, and Fire times Sabrina Carpenter, and then Olivia Rodrigo brought out Weezer, which wasn't. I mean, the one Weezer song I know is Beverly Hills, and they didn't sing that.
Beverly Hills.
They sang Billy. They sang something else. They sang two songs I didn't know, and I was like, so that was not as good.
Are they from Chicago? Why would they bring out Weezer?
These are good questions. These are great questions. Yeah, I felt like the Olivia Rodrigo Weezer mashup wasn't as successful to me. Whereas I felt with Earth, Wind, and Fire, like everyone was just like dancing and just having a really like good, right? They have songs that everyone knows, right? Everyone knows September. So, but whereas with Weezer, I felt like the crowd didn't really know those songs. It was like only the men over 40 in the crowd.
There are men over 40 watching Sabrina Carpenter? Olivia Rodrigo?
I will say, I was surprised at the diversity. We were surrounded by a lot of men at these. Interesting. At Sabrina and Olivia. Gracie Abrams, yes. Wow. So we also saw Gracie Abrams. Do you know who Gracie Abrams is?
She's dating a male actor. Which one? I don't remember. And she's J.J. Abrams' daughter. That's all I know.
Yes. This is Gen Z trivia with Shelby, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't name who her boyfriend is? He's very popular.
I know. I've looked it up.
It's Paul Mescal.
Yes.
And Gracie Abrams brought out Robin, who sings Dancing on My Own.
Oh, okay. Interesting that they all brought out like
older. Yes. I also noticed that more because I think their demographics are very young. So I guess they were trying to bridge the gap like for parents and maybe the older crowd who was there. And I also really enjoyed Doechii. Doechii was a highlight. I think Sabrina Carpenter, she had a storyline and she had really great visuals and she had great choreo. She really incorporated her dancers and she had like a whole like Chicago like radio storyline. She was like, welcome Chicago. Good evening, Chicago. Like I thought that was unique. No one else did that. Like Doechii had visuals and a classroom storyline, but it wasn't specific to Chicago. So that made Sabrina really stand out to me.
Would you say she was your favorite?
Yes, definitely. She had the best performance. But Doechii has storyline, and she also brought out JT of the State Girls.
For alter ego.
Alter ego.
Alter ego.
So that was cool. And it was so funny. All the people around me were like, who is that? Right? Like most non-Black people don't know who JT is.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of niche.
And I was like, that's JT. And people were like, who is that? But I know who she is. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I think Sabrina and Doechii were my two favorite performances because they were the most dynamic.
Yeah.
And they just
That
incorporated
makes
like
sense.
backup dancers, storyline, visuals, whereas Olivia, Gracie, like they were great and fun, but they didn't have those things. I also thought T-Pain was a standout. Like his music is just the best. It's so nostalgic. And that was a big party. Like everyone was just like dancing.
I'm sure.
Knew all the words. And it was an older crowd. Like we could tell the difference. The T-Pain crowd was the millennial, like Gen X crowd, you know. Whereas the Gracie Abrams, Olivia, Sabrina crowd was younger.
Yeah.
There were a lot of freebies, which reminded me of Coachella. Lots of really good freebies. I got really cool merch. If you've been watching,
we have matching
Lollapalooza bandanas. Yes, I got Shelby a little souvenir from Chi-Town. In addition to the bandanas, I also got this fan.
Okay, fan.
Okay, fan. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
Okay, sorry. I keep fans handy, clearly.
Yes. So I also got this fan that says Lollapalooza. It has the Chicago skyline. And I really love it. And I got the first day because we looked at the merch. There was no line. I was like, I love this fan. I'm going to use it. And I brought it to the festival every single day. And I got a lot of compliments on it. They had really good 21 plus lounges, which other festivals don't have. Like they only kind of have VIP lounges.
Wow.
But at Lolla, I think because they know there's so many young people and teens, like they have places where you can sit, grab a drink. There's private bathrooms like reserved for 21 plus. So if you're going to Lolla, like utilize that because that was like a really nice spot where you could chill, take a break, like grab food, grab drinks. And some of them had DJs, some of them were more quiet. Like it was a vibe. It was a vibe. So yeah, I think the freebies and the lounges like were great. I think it reminded me of Coachella for sure. So yeah, highly recommend. I had a great time. I also made this bracelet.
Oh, okay, chic.
It's chic, short for Chicago.
It stands for Chicago, not like chic.
Well, double entendre.
Like that. We love a double meaning.
Yes. So that's my review of Lolla. I had a great time. It was so much fun. I would go again.
I know. Maybe next year. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I will say you are now a Sabrina Carpenter fan because we were all together and on the road trip, Laura kept queuing up Sabrina songs. She was like, you have to listen to this. What's that song you really like? Her new one?
There's a bunch.
That's like the song of the summer.
Oh, Man-Child.
Man-Child.
Man-Child. Yes, that song is all over the radio.
Taylor Swift country sounding for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. Fair. Yeah, I really like that song. I listened to it before the festival, of course. Like when the music video came out, and I was like, oh, this is cute and catchy. But then, yeah, just hearing it more, it's played a lot. But I really like it. So far, we're not sure what the song of the summer is. Maybe it's Man-Child.
Maybe.
What do you think the song of the summer is?
I think it could be Daisies by Justin Bieber.
Daisies?
So Laura's going to say, oh my gosh, you love Justin Bieber. Da-da-da.
I know, Belieber over here.
Not true. It's funny. I was on the phone with our mom and brother earlier, and mom brought up Erewhon and her Hailey Bieber smoothie. And Jason was like, oh yeah, that's like, Justin Bieber's wife, your boy. I was like, why does everyone think I am such a Justin Bieber fan?
Because you talk about liking him.
No, I don't. But Jason was like, oh, because you used to love that song Peaches. You would play it all the time. And I was like, I think this is what it was. I had an era where I would just listen to certain songs a lot. And then you and Jason all thought I was like his biggest fan. If I really like Peaches, or I really like Intentions, it doesn't mean I'm a believer.
Okay.
End this narrative that I'm a believer.
Well, you just said Daisies is the song of the summer. And I'm like, who is saying Daisies is the song of the summer? Only a believer would say that.
Oh, here we go. Okay. I think we should move on to Outsidelands.
I know. I say song of the summer. I mean, as of right now, I guess it's Man-Child. I mean, I like that song, but I don't see any other contenders right now. Okay, Shelby, what were your expectations coming into Outsidelands?
I was excited. Laura, I know that you had been multiple times, and we actually tried to go in 2023 for my birthday when Kendrick Lamar was there.
I know.
But it sold out too fast. We weren't able to get tickets. RIP.
That was honestly so devastating because this year tickets did not sell out. The other 2 years I've gone, tickets did not sell out. But that year we wanted to go and they sold out like a month in advance. And I was it
was tragic because it actually was on my birthday. Like,
I
Lollapalooza was
know.
like Outsidelands was like the 10th, 11th, 12th or something. So it literally
Yeah, that was really sad.
would have
I was
been
really
on
sad
my
about it.
birthday. Hate to see it. But no, it had been on my list. And then I had been listening to a podcast that was talking about the top music festivals. And Outsidelands was one of them. And I was like, well, I went to Coachella. I was like, I want to go while Laura's in SF because that's the kind of the best, way to do it.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing about it. And then a friend was like, oh yeah, Outsidelands is such like an adult festival. You should go. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to go have some fun. And the day that we could go were with two artists that I like Doechii and Doja Cat. I wouldn't say they're like my faves.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of Doja Cat songs on my playlists,
Yes.
I'm she has some bangers. And I didn't really know about Doechii before the last kind of few years as she's blown up.
Yeah.
But so I'm not like an OG fan, but I do like Persuasive and Alter Ego. And I think her most recent album that she won the Grammys for, Denial's a River, is like, it's so unique. And so I really appreciate like her point of view. And we love to see a Black woman winning, I was excited, but I was nervous that it was going to be chilly. I'm not going to lie. San Francisco is always cold. So I did prepare. Yes. I brought Tim's. I was like, that's the shoe I'm going to wear. And I'm going to wear long pants. It's not going to be Coachella where I have no clothes on,
No, you can't. Yeah. OSL, it's so interesting because it's so, you get the opposite advice that you get from every other festival, basically. You're like, okay, it's cold, so wear layers. You're not told that at other festivals. And it's like in the woods. Outsidelands is in the woods. Coachella is in the desert and there's sand everywhere. Lollapalooza, it's all grass. It's not dusty. So you don't need a bandana or anything. Mm-hmm. But Outsidelands, it's in the woods. Like you're walking, in like wood chips and grass and dirt. What did you think of the venue when we first got there?
I was like shocked because it like Golden Gate Park isn't like Central Park or like it's not a manufactured park, right? This is like a real woodsy park. Like you could go for a hike. It's like
yes.
Yeah. So it's up and down, it's uneven, like you could trip. We saw someone fell. Like safety hazards all around. So different, very different. But beforehand I did look up what kind of shoes to wear. And so that's why I was like, oh, let me bring my Timbs because I know it might be rough terrain.
Yes.
But I was impressed at how like sprawling the venue was. Like there were like multiple stages. It was pretty spread out. And I did like that even though I heard like, oh, it's very chill. They still had like giveaways, like they still had activations, they still had a lot of food options. Like it's very much like a true festival, even if it's like a bit chiller and people don't care as much about what they wear,
Yes, this is true. Not nearly as many activations and giveaways as Coachella and Lollapalooza. I think
that's my least favorite moment.
Yeah, I think Coachella and Lolla had a similar amount of activations. I think because Lolla is so spread out, and I was telling this to Shelby, like I think there's just more people at Lollapalooza. Like it felt like the biggest crowds I've seen. Outsidelands is definitely smaller. Like it's a lot easier to get to the front. Shelby and I were able to get very close for both Doja and Doechii.
Yeah, we did.
Yes. Whereas, right, like we, for Olivia Rodrigo and all these people, like we were waiting there for like an hour, but we still weren't that close. Like we saw them on stage, but they were, So I think it's a lot easier to see people closer up at Outsidelands. So it might be worth more of your money for that reason. What did you learn in your research? Like, how did you prepare?
I learned that you don't want to bring cute shoes because they could get messy, but also like you need to have like strong grips because of the terrain. So that's why I was like, oh, I need to bring Timbs or Doc Martens. So I brought Timbs. I also learned that it's not typical festival attire, like short skirts or bralettes or like really bold colors. Like they were like, oh, have like a fun coat. I was like, oh, so you need a coat and two, it should be fun. I didn't really have a fun coat, but that was interesting to me. Like that's like a different kind of way to be playful. But a lot of people when we arrived, a lot of jeans.
Yes.
A lot of sweatshirts. I couldn't get myself to bring a sweatshirt. I was like, this is still a festival. I want to look a little cute.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said bring sweatshirts.
Yeah, it was giving, right? It's San Francisco's version of a festival. So yeah, people were definitely more cash. It was a lot of long pants, sweatshirts, puffers, windbreakers. Like that's the Outsidelands vibe.
It really felt like it matched the vibe of the city. Like the whole time I was there, I was like, oh, this is definitely a San Francisco festival. Like,
yes,
this is how people dress.
Yes. And you asked me, oh, how would you compare, the different festivals you've been to this year? And I think Coachella and Outsidelands have such a distinct personality. Right? Coachella, you're in the desert, flower crowns, and it's just Coachella is just such its own thing. And I think Outsidelands also has such a unique personality, right? You're in the woods, you're wearing your puffer, you're wearing your windbreaker, you're in San Francisco, it's cold out, right? Like no other festival is like that. Lollapalooza is massive and it has a really big scale, but I think it kind of lacks its own personality. It's just like, wow, big music festival, woo! But besides that, like I don't know if it had like something really unique or distinct about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I felt. Yeah. How did you feel about the culture of OSL and everything?
It's interesting. I feel like it's for people who like camp. It's for people who, don't really wear makeup or dress up. But Coachella is like the glamper.
Yes, Coachella is very glam.
It's like glamping versus camping,
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Who's gonna really get rough and wants to be with the bugs and the animals versus who just wants to be there for
interesting
and the photo op. Yikes. And so, as someone who has never camped but would like to glamp, I think Coachella is more my vibe. But I did like how Outsidelands was chiller, like not having it. Like maybe there were influencers there, but that's not the vibe it was giving at all.
Not
like
giving
you're just
that.
giving like locals, adults who are just here to like have a good time.
Yes, and I think as someone who lives there, half of the people I know went, right? I think Outsidelands is an event that I think a lot of locals do go to. Like most of the people I know went. So it is a thing that people from the city actually do, which I think is great. Yeah. And out of the performances we saw Marina and the Diamonds. We saw Doechii and then Doja Cat. How would you rank? How did you feel about those performances?
Well, what's tough is I was most excited for Doja Cat, so she did have higher expectations for me.
Yeah.
And then I was excited for Doechii and then Marina because we had seen Marina. Didn't we see Marina?
Yeah,
at Coachella?
briefly. Yeah,
we briefly saw her.
We saw the end of her set. Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I've already seen her, but I was pleasantly surprised. We were exploring. We're like, oh, let's stop by Marina, and we heard
Prima Donna and How to Be a Heartbreaker.
Oh, and Contissimo, like so she like because basically I made like an Outsidelands playlist, beforehand, and so I just added all of like Marina's top songs, and I was like hearing new songs, and I was like, oh, so it was cool to see, her and everyone knew How to Be a Heartbreaker, so that was fun.
Yes,
like just karaoke, but I think she would be third just because I wasn't that pressed,
Yeah.
But she was good. She looks great. And then second would be Doja Cat because I think she had higher expectations for me and she sang a lot of like unreleased and new songs.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to get into, And she either didn't sing songs I wanted to hear or sang them very briefly. Like she sang Get Into like 2 seconds of Get Into It. And it was like, what?
That was crazy. So sad.
And, and I mentioned this to you, I felt like she gave I'm just like a rapper and I'm just going to be me performance. Kind of like when I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert. Like, not much story, not much showmanship, no dancers. Like, it was just her on stage. No costume changes. She was in this bizarre looking zebra outfit the whole time. And her hair looked like...
Yeah, it was like a mullet.
Or a long version of Tina Turner, Turner style. Like, she looked a little bizarre.
The outfit was interesting.
And she never changed. No. And so it just felt like, where's the showmanship? Like, I wanted a little bit more.
Yes.
And she didn't sing all the songs I wanted to hear.
I
And she
know.
went after Doechii. And so I think that was the problem because Doechii hit it out of the park. So
Yes.
Doechii would be my number one. Like the visuals, the
Mm.
storytelling, the energy, like the call and response during Alter Ego. Like she just,
Yes.
it was so fun.
Yeah, I think my expectations were very high for Doja Cat as well, right?
Yeah.
She has so many hits, right? For
So
the longest time,
many.
she was like the biggest person in
I
music,
know.
you know, like she was that girl. So I was expecting a lot, right? And she has a lot of songs. What were songs she missed that you really want to hear? She didn't play Best Friend, which I was
Ugh.
surprised about.
Love Best Friend. She didn't do Vegas.
She didn't do Vegas, and she didn't do Best Friend. And I think those are two of her like really big songs. So I was
Did she do
surprised
Need
by
to
that.
Know?
Yeah, she did. She didn't do You Right with The Weeknd. That's a song I like.
Yeah, it was interesting. She didn't do like two of her most kind of like pop-ish songs.
Yeah. So I agree. I think that I was expecting a lot and I wanted more. Like, if you're that
100%.
girl, give us that girl. I think she did have good stage presence, but I didn't love her outfit. Her outfit was a statement. It was very shocking, but I would have loved an outfit change. I would have loved choreo, dancers, like visuals. She didn't have any visuals, which, you know, not everyone needs visuals, but I would appreciate visuals.
100%.
Yeah, and there was just no storyline. And also, she didn't half the songs she performed. I didn't know, and I was like,
so that's tough. It's hard
like,
to get into it when you're like,
I'm pretty dialed into music, and I didn't know half of her set.
No.
So I thought that was
It's not
surprising.
good.
Whereas Doechii, even though, right, I didn't know half of her songs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she engaged the audience really well, right? She had call and response. She had like storyline. She had like dances and choreo to engage the audience. Even if we didn't know a song, it still felt like we were in it. Would you agree?
100%. Like it reminded me of Charlie XCX at Coachella.
Yes.
I didn't know all of Charlie XCX's songs, but all of it was like pump up and party, and she got the crowd into it. So you just had a good time the whole time.
Exactly.
And I think that's what you should do, right? There's not one right way to perform, of course, but you're there for the audience, and you gotta engage the audience and keep them on your side. And I don't think Doja did that. But what's interesting is I feel like she was kind of like, I'm doing me, get into it, you know? So I respect it to an extent. Like she was like, yeah, I am gonna wear one outfit and I'm gonna just
and it's a
be
weird
on
one.
stage and play unreleased music and
do what she wants.
You're gonna just be here and enjoy it or not enjoy it, you know? Like kind of felt like she was like in her FU era, to be honest. Like she was like, I'm being me. And I feel like she's gone through a lot, right? Like it seems like, was it last year or the year before, she like canceled tour and like she's, I think, been going through things. So it feels like she's kind of just
doing what she wants.
Doing what she wants. So I respect that, even though it wasn't great as a audience member.
Yes. Right? Like, and we still had a good time, right? Shelby still enjoyed her performance.
We were up towards the front. We stayed the whole time.
Yes. We were so close. I think that also made the Doja Cat performance a lot better. Like we could see her like face.
And she would come to our side of the stage a lot.
Yeah.
Because we were on like the left-hand side every time on the stage, and she would always be like in that corner.
Yes. So yeah, look at our TikTok. We posted a video of her performing Paint the Town Red, and
that song was so good.
That was a highlight of her performance. So yeah, there were songs that were great that she performed, but overall it was a bit of a miss. But still, I still enjoyed. And my friend Sarah, shout out, she dropped us off at home at the end of the night. So leaving it was quite smooth. Well,
simplest. Well,
both of us were like, wait, actually, we had to like kind of climb through trees.
It was dangerous. It felt like a horror movie. Two, it felt so dangerous. Like you guys need to have clear paths. Why do you have people like climbing up a steep hill through bushes to get out of your festival?
I know, that was weird.
That's not good.
Yes. And to get out, right, Golden Gate Park, if you know anything about San Francisco, is massive, right? It's huge. And Outsidelands is just in one small part of Golden Gate Park. So you have to walk like 10 minutes to just like get out of the venue to get to the street. And plus there's so many people, so it took a long time. We were all just like shuffling slowly to just leave. So that took a while. And then like traffic is always crazy. So we were walking to my friend's car. So it took a while. But I will say, very smooth compared to my past experience leaving festivals and events.
Smooth. Yeah, to your point, it was a little hard getting out of the actual festival venue space. I'm like, given how big Golden Gate Park is, maybe you should make the exits larger.
I know, right?
Food for thought. But once we got out of the venue, oh my gosh.
Yeah, easy.
Even like compared to getting out of just concerts in LA.
I know.
Or getting out of like sporting events. Like, oh my gosh, when we left the Weekend concert in Santa Clara, or like leaving Cowboy Carter in LA, like,
yeah, that took a long time.
Parking garages are a nightmare. So the fact that we just met your friend at a spot on the street and like drove home,
that was great. That was great. Yes. Okay, Shelby, final thoughts on Outsidelands. Would you go back?
I would, but it would be dependent on the headliners, of course.
Yeah.
Because I do think, unlike Coachella, there were people lower on the list that I was excited to see at Coachella.
Yeah.
Like low, but not at Outsidelands. Like literally on Friday, it was literally Doechii, Doja Cat, Marina, and Thundercat, who I just heard of. And there was no one else I really cared to see. Yeah. So I think maybe it's a more indie or alternative lineup that just doesn't resonate with me. Yeah. Whereas Coachella being maybe more poppy or populist. Like they had rap, they had R&B. Like they had more people I was interested in seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that especially, I think Coachella and Lollapalooza do a really good job of having like a really deep lineup.
Yes.
Every day there were people that I want to see starting around like 3-4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Whereas I do think Outsidelands, like the headliners are pretty much the same as a lot of the Outsidelands lineup was very similar to Lollapalooza, right? It was like Doechii, Tyler, Creator, Gracie Abrams, like it was similar. So I think the headliners were mostly the same, but the lower level people, it wasn't as strong at Outsidelands.
No.
So I do agree with that. But so that's why I've only done one day at OSL because usually there are only a couple headliners that really resonate with me. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Like my first year I saw SZA, I was like, I have to see SZA. And then last year I saw Daniel Caesar and Renee Rapp was there, Tyla. So I usually pick one day where it speaks to me. So next year if there's someone else who speaks to you, maybe we should go.
I know.
Yeah.
I would definitely go again. People dependent. Whereas like I feel like Coachella, you kind of can have a sense that there are people you're gonna like no matter what.
Yes, every year there'll be people you like, and I think with Lollapalooza, because especially if you get 4 days, I will say the value of Lollapalooza is unmatched. The 4-day ticket's like $450. It's
crazy.
Which is crazy. It was like between 400 and 450, and I saw so many people, right? Just the headliners, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Tyler, Creator, Gracie Abrams, like, that's insane.
You can't make it up.
One ticket to see Olivia Rodrigo costs like $500.
You can't make it up.
So I think the value of Lollapalooza is really, really good compared to Coachella and Outsidelands. But I will say it is hard to get to the front for Lollapalooza. So I think where we were for Doja Cat, like that was worth like $500. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it was really good
value of going to OSL, right? You don't have to wait. We didn't have to wait at all for Doechii, and we got close to the front to see her.
I was shocked. So I just kind of walked through. It was like,
I know we got there like 10 minutes before her set. We just walked straight to the front. It was crazy.
I was like, that's like, not fly at Coachella. We would be in the back.
Lollapalooza, we got there like an hour before and we were nowhere as close to the front, right? So I just think there's so many people there. Whereas Outsidelands, there's better intimate value maybe because you can get closer to the stage because there's less people. Yes. All right. Well, maybe you'll have to come to Chicago. Maybe next year will be the first time in Chicago.
Gotta really lean into my youth.
Yes. I was surprised. There's a good mix of ages at Lolla. I thought everyone was going to be like.
So you think I could
16.
handle it? I could rally.
Absolutely. If you can handle Coachella, generally, you can handle anything.
I'm ready.
Yes. Well, if you enjoyed this episode of Sisters Who Watch, please make sure you're giving us 5 stars.
Yes, please.
5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe. We appreciate your support.
Yes, we really want to hear from y'all. So please comment on our posts, DM us on social media, email us at sisterswhowatch.com. We really are grateful for all of your support. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye. Stay watching.